Beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Evil Twin Brewing Company, and it's a can of their more or less evil pale ale, coming in at 5% ABV in a 330 milliliter can. It's £3 for £5 in Tesco at the moment. A brand new range of beer has just been launched into Tesco as of towards the end of April 2020. So have a look, pick them up. We're not at all sponsored by Tesco in the video. It's just, it's nice, it's interesting to try the new beers that launch into Tesco's, especially when you've got breweries like Evil Twin, Magic Rock, Salt, London Beer Factory, Brewdog, Cloudwater, is some Tiny Rebel. It goes on, Polly's Brew, it goes on and on. There's so many different breweries now producing beer for Tesco, and it's all a really kind of pretty decent price. £3 for £5 for these beers, just, and look at it. Look at it. I wasn't expecting this. I mean, this is a brand new beer for me. It might be a brand new beer for Evil Twin and Tesco. I was expecting like a golden coloured pale ale, but look at that. One finger white head, hazy New England coloured ale there, with the haze going on, straw coloured, really hazy. Lots of probably oats added to the beer. And there's a little bit, you can see the sediment as well in the bottom of the glass there. Look at that. Let's get the aroma. That smells tremendous. That just smells absolutely fantastic. Mango, passion fruit. A real sense of hops coming through. A bit of orange, zesty kind of orange. Tangerine like. It smells like a belter. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Yeah. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a really good beer. What a really, really good beer. To produce a beer of this quality for that price point, £3 for £5, it's just, trying to do the maths now, it's like £1.60, something like that a can. That's just £1.70 maybe. That's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. £1.65, something like that. That is just, there's such a margin, there's such a massive margin in terms of, you pay a little bit extra now and you can have fantastic beer like this. Let me explain what I want to explain about. I always get quite excited when I see a new beer in Lidl or Aldi, and they're generally about £1.20. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, and as you've seen in the reviews, they can be hit and miss. You could have a really good lager, hoppy kind of lager one minute, and then something that tastes of copper and isn't quite good the next. Like I think I've had a pale ale or an IPA recently, maybe March or April 2020. I've had a pale ale or an IPA, and it's really not up to the mark. And it's £1.20, and I've said in the video, look, it's £1.20, you shouldn't really expect too much. But then, have a look at this now. I mean, the next tier up, if you like, if you pay another 45 pence, and you're willing to buy 3 beers for £5 as part of this deal in Tesco, then you get something of this quality. It's just marvellous. It's absolutely marvellous. I remember 10 years ago when I first started getting into craft beer, maybe 9 years ago, 10 years ago, I started looking at Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. It was in Morrison's, and it was because it was the real deal. It was the original stuff that they were brewing back then. It was £2.30 a bottle, £2.30 for a bottle, and it was good. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, nothing wrong with it. Really nice kind of hoppy pale ale, but £2.30. Now we're seeing Evil Twin produce beers of this quality with a great nose. Mango, citrus, passion fruit, grapefruit, a little bit of kind of oaty mouthfeel going on, a little bit of creaminess, that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. And great drinkability, and very refreshing, and very hoppy. A little bit of bitterness on the back end, a bit of sweetness to begin with. But to get to that price, they must be making this at a break even. They must be just breaking even with this beer. They must be. £1.65. I think my maths is about there, not too far out. £1.65 a can. So you can tell where I'm going with this review. What I'm trying to say is the more people out there that drink craft beer, the more people get into craft beer, the competition will only get better. The price will only kind of come down for us craft beer drinkers, which is absolutely marvellous. Like 9 years ago, this would be about £2.50 a can, and now it's £1.65 as part of a deal. Just bizarre. And the flavours are terrific. Let's see what Evil Twin. They generally don't say too much. Looks like they sell it all over the world. I mean, this has got Japanese written all over the back of it, Korean or something. Water, malted barley, malted oats, hops and yeast. Brilliant. So there's no kind of like mango puree or nothing in there either. It's just proper hops that produces that fantastic flavour, that kind of grapefruity, juicy mango passion fruit. I'm so impressed with that. I'm so impressed with that. The one thing I will say, I always do when it comes to the kind of the competition, if you like, when the big boys come in, they generally step on the little boys' toes. The bottle shops, I do feel for the independent bottle shops who, I mean, I got some great friends in some great bottle shops in Penarth, just down the road from me. We got a fantastic bottle shop there, and they just can't compete with this price. It's just impossible to compete with this price. But what I will say is that the beer there is absolutely top notch. If you want to try the highest end craft beer, like I spent £25 on a bottle of beer a month or so ago, but it was one of the best beers I've ever tried in my life. If you want to kind of like go for that market, then it's there for you. But I do feel for these independent bottle shops, a bit like I felt for the farmer who said a few years ago that it was cheaper to produce water than to produce milk, which it was cheaper to produce milk than water, other way around, and that was like just impossible, isn't it, for the farmer? He can't make any money. So I hope that we can live side by side. I hope that the enough people get into craft beer that the likes of Tesco's and Morrison's and Marks and Spencer's and all of the other wonderful supermarkets out there can produce really get really good beer into their aisles and get people drinking it. But at the same time, that craft beer crowd that's always there and has always been there, who want the kind of niche-y like stuff that's a little bit more money. I hope it can all sit side by side. Let's rate this. Evil Twin Brewing Company, based out of Denmark, and this is more or less evil pale ale. That's just bonkers. A little bit of jamminess, a little bit of tartness coming through. That is just a terrific beer for the price point. I like that enough to get a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So Stone the Crows 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.